Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh. Hello, and welcome back to Area Nerdy 1. I am your host, Jarrett.
And I am Jimmy.
Yeah. Gamevember. Do you like my hat?
No, Jarrett, I do not like your hat. Put it all the way on your head.
I like putting it just on the top. Just at an angle. Let
Jarrett,
people know how high my hair is.
Jarrett, you know how old we are? Way too old to be acting like we know what kind of cool shit that is. Put your hat down all the way down on your head like a normal person. There you go. That's the type of boomer shit we like to see.
I feel bad about myself now. As I should. But Gamevember is still, oh my god, still here. It's still here. And we are back, of course, because we had a hiatus of last week. We were quite busy. Somebody had a tournament.
Yes, I had an actual tournament.
And you did much better this time, too.
Yes. I didn't do any sparring because my finger was still hurt from being dislocated, which is kind of dumb because like 99% of the rest of my body is ready to go. Just that one thing.
But yeah, if one finger is holding you back, I mean, it's fine. 99% of sparring is with your fingers anyway, and I don't imagine you want to get that broken.
No, and the law of physics means that I would take a direct hit directly to the hand. So
directly to the hamstrings.
Yeah, sweep the leg.
Yes. And of course, this is November. I am participating in No Shave November to help raise awareness for men's health. Of course, guys, go out and keep up with your men's health, and you give yourself weekly examinations, unfortunately.
Yep, so
Yes.
I am not participating in No Shade November because I like to promote the awareness in other ways, and I just honestly do not love the beard. It just is not a great look for me, and I don't like it. So I'm just not going to do it because I also support men and men's health for men who either can't or don't want to grow beards.
Manly men.
Manly men.
Men in tights.
Sometimes we don't grow beards. So you got to be a man to wear tights.
Going on. He seems perfect every time. But yes, of course, it's Men's Health Awareness Month. Please get yourself checked. If you're above the age of 30, it should be something you do yearly, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yearly?
Yeah.
Especially as you get over the age of 45. That's all we're going to say in reference to colon cancer.
Talk to your doctor.
Doctor. This is not going to be a colon cancer show, but it is Gamevember.
That's right.
We're going to mainly talk about one subject today, though, but we're going to talk about games first.
Speaking of tournaments, congratulations. Fictional congratulations are in order, Jarrett. For not him.
Jesus.
That's going to come up later. Where is it? There he is. Ash Ketchum, because he's gotta be he's got to be the very best, like no one ever was. I think it's funny. Like I just realized this. His name is Ash Ketchum because he got to catch them all, but he very much did not catch them all. He didn't even catch like a consistent.
Literally half of his Pokemon are Tauros, which is one Pokemon.
Yeah. So
and also like when they were naming them, they're like, "What's our catchphrase gonna be? Catch them all." Okay. What are we gonna? What's the last name of this dweeb gonna be? Catch him. Done. Good job.
I wonder if they knew it was going to blow up like that. But
yeah.
So for those who are still catching up, spoiler alert: the Pokemon anime has been airing in Japan. It airs in Japan before it gets released in the United States. And this season, the end of the season, saw Ash Ketchum, our beloved character from Pokemon, finally become the world champion of Pokemon.
So just for reference, every season they do a regional championship. So within the region. So like for Johto, it's in the Johto region. Hoenn region. Sinnoh region. This was not just the Gallagher region. This was the world champion. So all the best trainers from the entire Pokemon series, from the games, everything basically that everyone had grew up with, came to this match.
Fictionally,
of course.
I don't love like talking about fictional. Like they all came to this match. Like they got drawn into the set.
They got drawn into it. But the point is that people have are very attached to certain characters and certain teams. So it was kind of like finally, we're gonna see Steven Stone go up against Cynthia kind of thing.
Right, all right.
Two really beloved champions of the Pokemon leagues. So it was really cool.
Yeah. I think it definitely was a payout for fans. I think that the rumors are also swirling around. I don't know if the last episode has aired yet, but the rumors were swirling around that they were actually going to. This was actually going to mark the end of Ash's run as the main character in Pokemon.
Fucking good. Finally.
Yeah. So we.
Sorry.
It's been going on for like 25 years. Ash has been the main
10-year-old
character
for 25 years.
Yeah, for 25 years, this immortal 10-year-old has been wandering the wastes.
I'm kind of getting tired of like he goes to a new region and sees a Lapras that he's caught before, and then says, "What's that? I don't know. Let's ask the Pokedex." Like, it's a kids show. I get it,
Right.
But
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Pokemon is an adults show because that's mainly who watches this and who cares about this.
Oh well. To be my wife's a teacher. Those kids love Pokemon, so
Fair
it is
enough.
it is still very kid oriented. But Ash Ketchum and Pokemon have been around since the 90s, and people our age remember it and cherish those memories, and remember being excited. I want to be the very best.
And then the Pokemon rep.
Yeah,
Smash it.
I don't know. So I just saw this one where like. You remember this? Remember the Johto region, the first theme song they did, right?
Yeah. Pokemon Johto.
Yeah, exactly. And someone pointed out in like the second Pokemon movie, they did like sort of an R&B rendition of that song. It slapped way harder than it had to.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find that. But
Yeah.
go, Jared, go off about this.
So first and foremost, we saw a lot of the regional champions come into this championship, and we saw a lot of good battles. The thing is, even in the Pokemon universe, by Pokemon standards, Ash Ketchum is not a very good trainer. Like, he doesn't have a good team. He doesn't put together a good team. First of all, Pikachu's obviously the mascot. What the fuck ever. But it's a garbage Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, it's the mascot. It's the Mickey Mouse of Nintendo at this point.
Exactly. So, his championship team, Ash's championship team, was, of course, Pikachu, Dragovish, which is the fossil Pokemon, one of the fossil Pokemon from the region, which is a dragon water typing. But it looks like it's the fish looking one in the background. It looks like garbage.
Yeah, it's so okay. Let's take a look at this lineup. Let's start from left to right. Okay, so we got Dragovish, which is a weird thing that it seems really thrown in there.
It does really seem thrown in there. The point of the Dragovish and like these other fossil Pokemon is it's kind of like a throwback to when people would actually, like, especially British paleontologists would find Pokemon dinosaur bones. They kind of jammed them all together and didn't really like mix them well.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what it went with. But they just ended up looking really bad. And I get what they were going with, but there was like no like ability to actually have what the fossil Pokemon actually would look like.
Yeah.
Real
quick, the Pokemon Johto movie version is by PJ Lequerica. So look that I'm
look that up. We don't know who that is.
I am now putting that on my Spotify playlist right now. But so
yes.
And all right, so moving over to the right, we've got
well down a little bit.
We got
Surfetched,
which. Yeah, it's Farfetch'd, but with better weapons.
Yeah, so it's the evolution of Galarian Farfetch'd, which is a pure fighting type, which, if you know anything about competitive Pokemon, is a really not a good thing to go into a major battle with. They're not very good, and Surfetch'd is kind of like a glass cannon. It just can't really take that much.
Well, let's be real. The
anime just kind of plays fast and loose with its own shit.
Yeah, not only the anime, but the Pokedex entries, everything really kind of plays fast and loose with like what works and what doesn't.
But the thing is, when you go up against champions of other regions like Seeded Zone and especially Cynthia, they have the best Pokemon.
Yeah,
their teams are stacked to shit. You're gonna look at me. Look me directly in my eye holes and tell me that a Surfetch'd can stand against Steven Stone's Mega Evolved Metagross.
I will look at you in the eyes because it has been verifiably proven that as long as you have a level 100 Pikachu, you can defeat gods.
Fair enough, but like its team doesn't really make sense. I mean, if you
let's keep moving on.
Yeah, let's keep moving. We go to the back. We have Gengar,
my personal favorite Pokemon ever,
which is, I think, officially his first Ghost type Pokemon that he's caught.
Yeah, and in the very first series, he gets a Haunter, but he
Befriends
doesn't.
it.
Yeah, he befriends a Haunter. He doesn't catch it. And I remember that the episode with Sabrina, the psychic.
It's a freaky
gem.
episode.
Yeah, so she's got she's like possessed by like her own split personality, and like traps them in like a mini doll world.
And she's done this to other people too.
Yeah, and then they escape. They go try to catch a ghost Pokemon. He fails, but he befriends a Haunter, and the Haunter defeats Sabrina by making her laugh and like releasing her from her spell.
Yeah, but she's like, this is like the gym leader is kind of a pseudo like mayor of like the towns and regions that they're in.
Yeah,
so
they're
like,
basically warlords.
Yeah, they're basically warlords. And Sabrina's just been like training random psychic people in her gym and trapping people who want to battle her in her doll prison, and everyone's just like, this is fine.
It's very like Japanese horror.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah.
But like, imagine if like that's just your mayor. Like, what is our tax plan, Sabrina?
You know, those first season Ghost episodes lean very much into the Japanese style horror. Like the Ghastly episode actually kind of legit scared me as a kid.
Also, he's afraid of the cross, so it's kind of confirmed that Christianity is.
No, he's not. He's specifically not afraid of the cross. She well, first of all, the Ghastly can talk.
Yeah, that's also pretty fast and loose with what Pokemon can talk.
And it can conjure perfect illusions. So like Zoroark is like an illusion Pokemon. It's like big fucking whoop. So is a Ghastly.
Yeah, Ghastly. And
Ghastly, a level 1 Ghastly.
Level 1 Ghastly. It can literally commune with the dead.
Yeah,
with dead people.
And so they're trying to defeat this Ghastly, but it keeps defeating them with illusions. So Misty holds up a cross, and the Ghastly is like, "What is that?" And she's like, "It's a cross. I also brought garlic and it's some holy water." And he's like, "What? Do you think I'm a vampire?" So he's like, he's specifically not afraid of a cross. He's just like, "You think I'm a vampire?"
Also, what I find interesting is like ancient Kanto region were basically were Vikings.
Yeah,
is that like it's supposed to be based on Japan?
Yeah,
but they were Vikings.
Yeah, so
it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, so
but the thing is like Gengar is also like a glass cannon as well. It hits kind of hard, but like it doesn't have a lot of HP.
Yeah,
and
that's what I noticed when I was playing the Game Boy games. If you get a high level Gengar versus a high level Psychic type, it really just depends who attacks first wins.
Exactly. And if you throw like mud on a Gengar, it's dead.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. For some reason, ground defeats poison.
Because poison, it absorbs poison.
Yeah, and fighting defeats steel, even though if you punch, you can't punch steel. Yeah. All right.
But the next Pokemon is on Ash, which is Pikachu, his trademark Pokemon.
It's been with him for the past 25 years of his life. It's basically level 1,000 at this point.
Level 1,000.
Did they do I remember that one? I think it was the Alola season where they had like the Mega Evolutions and like the power up gem things.
Yeah, the Z moves.
Yeah,
the Z moves.
Yeah. God, I'm so fucking old. But yeah, so did they do away with the Z moves this year?
I think so. This season's gimmick is the Gigantamax, where they make them big, which I think is a cool concept. I don't know. It's just like it's obvious that they play around with it.
Yeah.
I didn't like Mega Evolutions. I thought they were pretty stupid. And if you read the Pokedex entries, no good trainer would actually do that to their Pokemon.
Yeah.
Anyway. So it's whatever. Like Galeli's Mega Evolution says that when it Mega Evolves, its jaw breaks off and it can't control how much snow it makes.
Yeah.
And then like a trainer's like using that to kill a Weedle.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Gasly or Galeli, time for your daily jaw breaking.
Yeah. So speaking of Mega Evolutions, we've got also Lucario there.
Yeah.
Which is a pseudo legendary.
It is not a pseudo legendary.
Is it?
You
No.
stupid bastard.
But it can talk.
Ignorant slut. That's only in the movie. Movies don't count as canon at all.
Apparently the show doesn't count as canon either
Or the
because
games.
Ghastlies can't talk anymore.
That's fair. But no, it is not a pseudo legendary. So pseudo legendaries are defined mainly as because I say mainly because that's all they are. They're usually they have 3 evolutions.
Mm-hmm.
They have stats equaling to 600, which is equal to a legendaries.
Okay.
But it has evolutions in the line, and they're mostly all except for 2 dragons.
Yeah. And then that's okay, but the one that is a pseudo legendary is of course on the very, very right there, Dragonite.
Yeah. So basically the only 2 Pokemon on this team that's really good is Lucario and Dragonite.
Yeah, and like I love dragon Pokemon. They're my favorite. I mean, Gengar's my favorite, but my favorite type is dragon.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a Pokemon trainer, I'd be a dragon type trainer if I had to choose a type.
Yeah.
they are bitch asses.
They are bitch asses.
They like you go up against either a fairy or another dragon type,
or an ice type,
or an ice type. You are done.
The thing is, like ice type, I love ice typing, and they are the worst defensive type. But you pair any Pokemon with an ice beam, and it's over for 90% of Pokemon.
Yeah.
What I thought was going to happen was that, this is his team for Gallagher. He's going to go through it and be, the team for Gallagher. But when it's time for the championship, he's like, I'm getting my old Pokemon. What you're telling me that Ash Ketchum won the championship without his Charizard? That's bullshit.
The Charizard that like spent years training just to be a better Charizard for his training.
And might I add, fought NJ.
Yeah.
Fought a destructive, overpowered, unknown Entei.
It wasn't even Entei. It was like
Eldritch Entei.
Yeah, it was like the heart, like just an energy construct
that literally wouldn't be able to faint or die because it was just like the concept of an Entei made up by thousands of unknown.
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's while we're shitting on Ash, why don't we go with his his Pokemon? Okay. So.
Can you bring up the picture so I can see it?
Yeah. So the slogan. So the slogan of Pokemon is "Gotta catch them all," which Ash very much did not.
He did not.
In fact, he lost a few.
he let go of a few, but there are better Pokemon in here. Well, first of all, his main one is obviously Pikachu. That's not going anywhere. But I mean, the whole point of Bayleaf was that it was hopelessly loyal and in love with Ash.
Yeah.
You're telling me that he didn't finally evolve Bayleaf and win something with it?
Yeah, it's okay. So let's see here the lineup. Okay. Of course, you got to choose Pikachu.
Yeah.
I would also throw in there Charizard, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
I would say probably also. Let's go with. I'd say Infernape, probably another good one to throw in there.
Yeah.
What happened to Greninja?
He let it go.
Why?
He does that. He just kind of does that.
He just sort of and the freaking dragon one. Okay, jeez, this guy's.
Yeah. Also, I might add, he also caught not one. Look at me, not one, but two mythical Pokemon in the Alola region, and he didn't bring those bad boys in.
I would say Lycanroc.
Lycanroc is a good one.
And then, oh god, all right, round this out with I guess
you got to have 5.
Gotta have 5. Okay. Was it 5 or 6?
It's 5 for
Okay.
the champion. Wait, no, it's 6.
I would say probably Snorlax or
Snorlax would be a good one.
yeah. Okay, yeah, like I say, Bayleaf. I'd say that's probably one of his better.
So, if I was gonna pick one,
Yeah.
I'd pick my team. I would also want him to evolve them because why the fuck not?
Because Jared, they become different Pokemon and have different personalities, except when they don't.
Yeah,
which is
but
most of the
if
time.
this is going to be the end of Ash Ketchum's line, he might as well evolve them to show that he's going on beyond, So
Right.
first of all, obviously Pikachu.
Yeah.
I would throw in there Charizard. Would I just do like Bulbasaur, Charizard, Squirtle, and then have them evolve them?
Yeah.
That would be really good.
Yeah, Charizard's the only one that made it all the way through the evolutions. Yeah.
Yeah.
And bring back Butterfree.
Butterfree and like Lapras.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick them, I would Pikachu, Charizard, and then I would do Heracross. Would be a really good one because you got the Mega Evolution. Bayleaf, evolve that to its final form.
Yeah.
And Fermate would be a good one, but we already have our fighting and our fire covered.
Yeah.
Giblet, and then evolve that mother into a Garchomp. You're sweeping.
Yeah.
You're sweeping. And then if for just like the one to really throw a wrench in anyone's plans, I would probably go with Rowlet and evolve it all the way to the Decidueye. That would be, the whole last couple of episodes would be him like training up his Pokemon, getting ready, and like they know this is go time. So it's his Pokemon realizing that they need to go beyond, and this is the end of their story too.
Right.
That's the point of this.
Jeez, he kind of like just gets the starters for every region.
And just like fucks off with them.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you get a Totodile and you don't get a Alligator, you're a bad trainer.
Yeah.
You're a bad trainer.
You're bad at this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why is Primeape still colored in? He kind of let that one go too.
The literally the episode he got it.
And no, it was like a couple episodes later. Like,
Yeah.
like he didn't train it, and then he entered a tournament with
Yeah,
it.
he's like, yeah, you can stay here. Crawdaunt would be a one that would be good because it doesn't fit with Ash's style.
Yeah.
Because they would kind of have to be like I would see this as a good point. So his first battle, he has Crawfish or AKA Crawdaunt now.
Yeah.
Right? And Crawdaunt goes berserk, reminiscent of how he used to train with Charizard, right?
Yeah.
And then he has to change it up. He has to train while people are fighting.
Yeah.
That's the arc we should be seeing. I just wrote this better. Sorry.
But then again, so we are like going with like the physics that he is 10 years old. Like he has not aged at all.
He has not aged at all.
So technically speaking, he only ever has less than a year of experience ever.
That is fair, but canonically, every time he goes to a new region, he has been in the previous regions.
That's true.
So he does have at least 25 years and 8 or 9 regions of experience.
Yeah.
And he has those Pokemon. So he should be able to, I don't know, put together a better team than fucking Gengar.
Do you think that they'll do like a time jump flash forward and we'll get to see Ash as like an adult gym leader?
I don't know. I think it would be like Professor Oak. He'd probably be with Professor Oak.
I don't know if Ash has goals.
This is it. He kind of peaked at 10 years old.
Yeah, he'll be he's gonna burn out. He'll do the Comic-Con circuit for a while, trying to keep paying the bills.
Wow, you were the champion that one year, yeah. And then because there's champions every year, so
Yeah, you gotta come back and defend that title.
Oh no, my Pikachu's kind of peaked out. I would have thought
It's a mouse. It only has like a 3-year lifespan.
would have been really cool is Pikachu peaks, but it doesn't evolve into Raichu, but it evolves into Gorochu, and that's how they bring Gorochu into the canon.
Yeah, Gorochu, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is the unused evolution of Pikachu. Right?
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna end end Pikachu as the mascot. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, Gorochu. It's move on. Eevee's pretty much there anyway, and you still have Pikachu. You can do other shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it could have done better. I mean, Cynthia had a great team, and Steven Stone is my favorite champion.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe he lost. I was honestly
Steven's the steel guy, right?
Steven Stone is the steel guy.
Yeah.
Well, he has like a clay doll.
Which is
I'm the steel type guy. That's a ground psychic. Oh, you're a steel guy, so you have all steel Pokemon. Oh, I got Credilli, and that's close enough. Stone's close enough.
God.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yes.
let's move on with the Pokemon.
Okay, so we have a new region. I forgot what the name of the new region is because I really don't give a
the
shit.
motorcycle vroom vroom region.
Yeah, new Pokemon region.
No, it is the Paldea region.
Paldea region. So this is going to be based on Spain, actually.
Spain and Portugal.
Spain and Portugal.
Portugal.
Which is two very distinct cultures, and Pokemon's just kind of like lumping them in. Distinct.
There's also the Basque culture within Spain. It's
and Catalonia.
Catalonia. They're considered like sort of separate, semi-autonomous regions almost.
They actually have their own language.
Yes.
That's not Spanish. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like apparently it can be like stepping into like another country. It's like it's in Spain, but it's like another country almost.
Completely another country. Yeah. But the first one we're going to talk about is the Sprinito line, which is going to go right into Meowscarada.
They knew what they were doing with this one. It's too anthro.
So
it's too anthro, Jarrett. I can't with these anymore.
So one thing I really hate about the new Pokemon is they're very simplistic designs. If you compare this to Venusaur, there's so much going on with Venusaur.
Well, on the other hand, so that was one of my knocks against the more recent Pokemon. So let's say I don't know, especially I think it was what's the tiger one, the fire tiger? Incineroar.
Or Pyroar.
No,
Pyroar.
Yeah, no, Incineroar.
Incineroar.
Yeah, so Incineroar wasn't okay. Compare that to Charizard. Charizard was symmetrical. It made more sense. It looked like a Pokemon. Incineroar looked like someone's doodle.
Yeah.
Basically,
I think it would have done a lot better if it was quadrupedal.
Possibly, yeah.
Bipedal. And I think I saw
that was one of the things with this
oh
one.
No!
They were keep the cat quadrupedal, and they're no.
And I looked down at them and said no. Well, Incineroar was interesting because like I love the I like when fantasy stuff does like the saber-tooth tiger
Yeah.
designs. I thought that's what Incineroar was going to be, and I thought that's what this was going to be. I don't mind like the kind of like the musketeer esque, almost a Zoro esque, um, like grass starter, but this is not it.
It's yeah.
It's not it.
Nothing about this says Spain to me. By the way, Zora was in Mexico.
Mexico, yeah. But the thing is, it took place. Zorro took place immediately after the expedition of Spain, so they still had heavy Spanish culture.
Obviously, but
this isn't the Zorro podcast, even though that's exactly what this should have been.
Well, it was immediately after the Spanish fucking duh, Jared, but we're not talking about that.
It's like they I think it started honestly with the Firefox starter, and then they're like, one of like we know our designs aren't good, so we gotta prop one up with the furry line, and that's what they're doing.
This is certainly no Lopunny or Gardevoir, but I think that were I to put my incognito window up and search on DeviantArt, I think
the Deviant artists had a field day.
I think Meowscarada already has a pretty strong presence going there. Yes.
Absolutely. I think they could have done better. Like if you give them like if there was more going on in the design and like
get a little closer look at this Warlock here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's not a lot. There's not a lot going on. Like,
and it doesn't really keep like the feel. Like it doesn't look. It looks like a rabbit / a dog. It doesn't look feline to me anymore.
Exactly, and like it has a very short tail, so it has like a rabbit tail.
And they gave it shorts.
Yeah, I don't like. It doesn't have a lot going on.
Oh, maybe it's supposed to be like a Spanish lynx.
Yeah, but still, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, I don't love it.
It's not really a sword fighter. It's the magician Pokemon, which again I don't like that. Like it doesn't look like a magician. It doesn't look like anything.
People in Spain are like, we don't love magicians. I mean,
if there's one thing that comes to my mind when you say Spain, it's Spanish and magicians. They go hand in hand.
All right, Jared, some word association. Ready?
Yeah.
Spain.
Magician.
Iberian Peninsula.
Magician.
Espanol.
Magician cat. Got it.
Yes.
Like if it was like again, it doesn't scream magician. If there was more going on with it, I think I would get it. But we kind of got the magician starter Pokemon with the Firefox.
Yeah.
It was it doesn't work.
Oh, good Pokemon design. Magician. It's a rabbit style, but it's a magician, like a magic, psychic / ghost style.
I do like that.
Yeah.
But I always wanted a Jackalope.
Yeah.
Jackalope Pokemon, and it's like the lucky. It's like they think it's the legendary Pokemon because they're so rare, and but they're not. They're just Jackalope Pokemon.
Yeah, they're just straight up normal.
They're just like normal Pokemon. Yeah. But we need to move on to the Fuecoco line, which is the fire starter line, going into Skeledirge. First and foremost, I actually like this design. This is the first quadrupedal fire Pokemon.
Yeah, this one. This one. The starter, the very first evolution was bipedal, and they turned this one to quadrupedal.
There was a lot of complaints from the Pokemon community. They were like, "Okay, we've seen it.
Yeah,
you know, we need something different." I like this.
Yeah,
I like this a lot. I think maybe the flames on the tip of the nose is a little too much, but I like the design. I like the colors. I like the typing. Fire Ghost. I really do enjoy.
So is this supposed to be Aztec inspired or Dave? Like it's a little Day of the Dead-esque.
David, I don't really know. I think it is. I mean, that's just more Hispanic.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, okay. I'm not entirely sure like where the line as far as like Hispanic Spanish culture between like North American American Spanish versus European. So
I'm not certain. Dia de Muertos is distinctly Hispanic, Hispanic, not Spanish.
I got
it. Hispanic.
From the Americas.
From the Americas. Yeah, I think I'm using that right. But I do like this design. I think they kind of like for certain designs. I think they were playing a little fast and loose. Mm-hmm. Spanish has a lot of really interesting history, but some of it's pretty bad. However, Hispanic history has a
Yeah,
It's very rich.
Are they going to have a Guernica style Pokemon in this region?
no an Inquisition.
Oh no!
It's like Phalanx, but it's the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh no!
No one expects this Phalanx Inquisition.
The Inquisition.
Let's begin the Inquisition. Look out, sin.
That's one of Mel Brooks. I don't know. Definitely definitely one of his better movies, but not one I'm going to watch multiple times.
They didn't do a part 2 to that, did they?
No, they just called it Part 1 because.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Is there a part 2? No. Why?
If I was him, I would have named it Part 2. So people are like looking for the Part 1.
Yeah. It's like the big thing for senior pranks was releasing 2 goats into the or 2 pigs into the school. One is painted a number 1 on it, and the next one is painted number 3. So they're looking for number 2 the whole time.
That was good.
Yeah. But I do like this design. It did give me hope. I wasn't insane with the Fuecoco starter at first, and the Crocodor, the middle starter, but this one really, really brought it up. And then we're gonna go to the Quaxley line, to the quail.
Quaquaval. What's this? Wait, let me get a closer look at this. Let me see here. Quaquaval. I don't know what this is supposed to be.
It's like a peacock quail.
Is it? Maybe it's a species native to Spain.
I think it's supposed to be like a flamenco dancer.
Okay, all right, that I could see.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Its toes are off-putting.
Yeah, I mean, you could have done this a much better way, and I don't like it. I mean, Quaxley's a duck.
Yeah.
It's clearly a duck. This is clearly not a duck.
Okay, so here's the thing with maybe not all Pokemon, but like definitely the starter ones in general. There's something like the way they do like other designs. Those are Pokemon that you want to take into battle, like to make it maybe not to be too dramatic with it, but you want to take them into battle.
So
they look cool.
Yeah.
You want to see them fight. They have cool designs. Basically.
Yeah. So like my big thing, like my favorite generation is Generation 2. So first of all, I would want to battle with Quilava for Alligator. But if I was in the Pokemon world, I would want to travel around with Meganium.
Yeah.
Because that's my distinction. Even the Generation 3, I love Swampert and Blaziken. I want to battle with them, but I want to travel with Sceptile.
Yeah.
That's what I think the starter should be. There's like a distinction between what you want to fight with and what you want to travel around with. I don't want to be anywhere near this Pokemon. I don't want to battle with it. I don't want to travel with it. I don't want anything to do with it. I think water fighting is like an awesome typing. I don't think they did a good job with this one at all.
Yeah, people were having problems with the mermaid one, the mermaid starter.
Yeah.
The Poplio evolution.
Yeah.
But this one, I've got some issues. Get it out of my sight. Moving on.
No, moving on. We're going to the Lechonk line.
Lechonk.
If you're watching this, everybody knows what Lechonk is. This is the cute little Pokemon, and this is its evolution.
Unkalone?
Yep.
The hog. It's just the hog Pokemon.
It's just a fucking pig. So I've always had the issue where I understand Pidgey and Swallow and the quail lines are just birds.
Yeah.
But I feel like one of my favorite Pokemon is Poochyena, and the fact that it's a dark type you can get instantaneously. I love that.
Yeah.
This is just a normal type Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't like this. It doesn't look good.
I like that fan edit, Lechonk and Lechungus.
That was good. I mean, I would have liked it better. I would honestly have better feelings towards it if it was a ground type.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, so we've already got a pig ground type, right, though? First of all, there was Swinub, pile of swine, and then there was...
the...
I guess that was Hippodrone.
Yeah, Hippodrone. I mean, that's kind of cool, though. That kind of makes sense.
I feel like there was another one, though. There's another pig type, pig ground type.
Well, there's the fire pig stars.
Yeah.
They're those pig Pokemon.
Big Pokemon. Thank you, Google.
Pokemon.
Bring up pig Pokemon.
Yeah, no, there's no real pig
Yeah,
Pokemon.
there's like the Grumpig, but that's a ground. Is that a ground psychic?
That's just the psychic
Yeah.
type. My dude. But they're tapirs.
Yeah. And then like there's that one that's the psychic one that's kind of a pig.
That's like that's another tapir.
Yeah. Okay. Either way. Evolutionary tree. Okay. I like these ones where like the I've seen this artist go around where basically like he'll take all of, like the pig looking Pokemon or all of, like the certain like reptile looking style Pokemon and he'll make like an evolution tree and he'll like sort of fan art like the
What they look like.
like an original like an original one and then like the different branches as it goes up towards like modern Pokemon.
There's no such thing as evolution in Pokemon.
Yeah. Charles Darwin.
Charles Darwin just
he got hit by a car on his way to the publishers.
he would lose his mind. So what came before the Charmander? Nothing. What?
He's like, well, according to my research, it takes millions and millions of years of natural selection for evolution to occur. And he's like,
No, I was just really good friends with this one.
I'm just gonna rub this stone on this guy. What?
I was just really good friends with the Zubat for like 20 minutes. We went out for drinks and then he evolved. That's it. Yeah, I don't like this one. I don't think it's good. I think it's gonna be a common theme as more and more of these Pokemon are released. I don't.
So one of the big questions, one of the big plot holes in Pokemon is, where does their food come from? What do they eat? They can't eat Pokemon, can they?
Yes.
They definitely eat this Pokemon.
They eat that Pokemon.
That's why they made it like this. They're like,
we fucking kill this shit.
We need a pig that the kids aren't gonna feel bad about eating.
What happened to my Lechonk that ran away? Oh, it went upstate. Eat your meat. What's in it?
Eat your oinkalone. Is this a Lechonk? No, it's oinkalone. Eat it.
That's gross. Ugh. Yeah, they do definitely eat that that poor Pokemon.
I mean, okay, canonically they do like eat Pokemon. Like they eat Farfetch'd.
Yeah, and they do eat other Pokemon eat other Pokemon, so it's not really a big dealio.
And like it's like there's got like especially in the early seasons there has to be like a normal animal around there at some point.
Well, normal Pokemon are just mammals anyway.
Yeah, I mean like I feel like at one point you saw like regular ass fish or like a regular ass like horse or something.
I think in the background, but there's no like just regular animals.
Right.
Like that's the point of Pokemon. It's like they're the animals.
Right. But they're all sentient beings capable of independent thought.
And being able to start forest fires instantaneously.
Yeah.
All right, next Pokemon is the Litox. Litox?
Is it Baxcalibur?
No, it's the one. It's the bug one. Did you put it in there?
I don't think I did. But
God damn it!
all right, so while I'm bringing this,
I don't have a picture of it. I don't know what it looks like.
While I'm bringing this up, why don't you talk about it, Jarrett?
Okay, so what does it look like?
It looks like a bug.
Okay, so I found this one because I actually thought Lotix. There we go. Because when I played Crystal, because I love Crystal.
Yeah, best one.
Best one. Instead of actually like getting rid of my Beedrill when it's useless, I kept it.
Yeah,
I kept it all away. I brought that motherfucker right to the championship. Beedrill's like one of the worst Pokemon.
Yeah, but Pokemon are paper tigers.
Yeah, paper tigers.
A lot of metaphors here.
Yeah, a lot of metaphors in this one.
Glass cannons and paper tigers.
But the thing is, like, the point of Pokemon is every Pokemon has their utility, and I like the design of this Pokemon. I like everything about it: the bug typing, the dark typing, everything.
This looks like definitely one of the Pokemon that's going to evolve, like transform into a vehicle.
Nope, it's just those things on its back are saw blades that it uses. It's like a cricket.
It's like, go Pikachu, go low kicks.
Yeah, exactly. I like the design of this. It looks awesome, honestly, and it's one of those Pokemon I would like to travel with. Like, it has utility to it. It looks cool. It is awesome typing.
Yeah, I love This reminds me. I also think I've seen like a few actual official Pokemon animations, but also a lot of artists and independent animators will do things like this. They'll show like little scenes of Pokemon, like people who aren't like Pokemon trainers, but they have their Pokemon doing like normal day-to-day stuff, like a Haxorus like helping chop up firewood, or I've seen a few or like just like people traveling with their Pokemon. There's some really cute ones where like people will like be having like a flower shop, a flower shop or a cafe, and their Pokemon.
And like the Roselia's there helping them out.
Exactly. And I just recently saw this really cute artwork of someone drew different Pokemon service Pokemon. So like there was one where like the Poliwhirl's helping the kid learn how to swim. Or like, and like the Arcanine is like the service dog of like some girl, and like, or like the parrot one is like helping a little girl with a speech impediment.
Oh,
yeah, or like oh god, I hope I can find it again. But yeah, like that, I like to think that we're growing up, and we like to think like we would definitely be like a gym leader or the Pokemon champion. But let's be real, if we just be normal people, going about our day.
I wonder what Pokemon would help you do your taxes.
Right.
Probably Abra.
Yeah, Abra or
Alakazam.
So like one of the things that I loved was I don't see it anywhere. Let's see here. I'm gonna look it up. It was a artwork of like it was Sherlock and Watson from the show Sherlock.
Yeah, Sherlock has an Absol.
And Watson has an Arcanine.
Eventually
it eventually becomes an Arc. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, there's like there's a Curlia with a service vest on helping a girl who's blind. There's a Poliwhirl helping a kid learn how to swim. A Togetic is helping a girl like on crutches recover. It's so fucking wholesome.
I like the the Infernate.
The middle of not Infernate, the middle evolution one. Yeah.
And he's like helping some kid in a wheelchair. And he's got a little vest on. Damn, that honestly made me feel better.
Right,
made me feel better.
Right, just Pokemon being nice to their trainers. Like I know it's so fictional, but like it just makes me feel good.
So one of the things I know it sounds stupid, but when Hoenn region came out, I was like thinking, oh, what would I like to do if I had Pokemon? I would like to have a stone garden with a nose pass in it. Just stomping around, doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just doing normal stuff. I think that's really cool. And I think this is one of those Pokemon that I think I could use every day and I would like to be around.
Right.
It looks cool. But at the end of the day, it's its functionality and that I want a partner like that.
Right. Or like I saw one there was like one like the two little girls, they're sitting on the couch with, the Gengar and Ghastlies and they're another ghost Pokemon. They're watching a scary movie and they all go at the same time and the Gengar's laughing. Just like having a Gengar around, I would never feel scared as a kid. So it's like nothing is scarier than a Gengar in our world.
Like, could you imagine if you're a kid and you're scared and you ask the Gengar to check under your bed?
Yeah.
Also, probably Arcanine would be the best dog to have.
Yeah. As I got older, like Pokemon World in my mind, like fuck the Pokemon trainer battles and the championships. Just give me like the sweetest, most mundane, most wholesome part of the Pokemon.
Maybe it's
world.
like the NFL. Like some people are really into it, and then other people are like, I've never watched a game.
So okay, I'm gonna take down this. You like this bug?
Yes, I'm gonna take down the bug.
Okay, so
I do have one other one, but we'll get into that after.
So like one of the things that always got me about Ash, like annoyed the shit out of me was well, first of all, his like thing with Gary, but just in general, like Ash throughout the series and in the movies saved the world multiple times basically and did like things that no other human had accomplished. And Gary's like, ha ha ha, I'm a better trainer than you.
And he's like, Ash is like literally the Sea King.
And literally everyone else is like, ha ha, you'll never be Pokemon trainer. And he's always like, that's right. It's like, Ash, you've like imagine if like I went to high school with somebody, right? And like over the course of the past 25 years, I like diffused nukes and like punched God in the face. Yeah. And then I meet my high school rival and he's like, haha, I'm in the FIFA World Cup champion. It's like like it's cool, but big fucking deal.
I think that's exactly how it would go because those kind of people have to put you down somehow.
Yeah.
In the fact that he has some like you being the fucking Sea King, destroying a mythical Entei because it was made up by eldritch horrors that came out of nowhere, fighting God not once but thrice. Thrice. I think you would. Somebody that says that they're better at you at something stupid, you would be like, I need to do this. I need to get it.
Credit where credit's due. Unlike Ash, Gary actually has a character arc.
Yeah, and he actually has he evolves his Pokemon and he uses them.
Yeah.
I don't know why he wasn't the final challenge for him.
Right. Yeah, we haven't seen him since the early maybe Johto, I think. I want to see if Gary, let's see what happened to Gary, because Gary was the super annoying rival in the first,
and he had an entourage of girls that he was just also he was driving, and these girls are of age adults riding around with a 10-year-old, and people are like, this is fine.
Yeah, so basically, okay, let's see here. Pokemon Journeys. Okay, so it looks like the last time we see him is in Pokemon.
Oh, he's
Journeys.
in the Gallagher region, but he's not in the championship, which is really stupid.
So basically, in the first season, Gary's the super annoying, you love to hate him character, but he's super arrogant, and he's always better than Ash.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets beaten pretty easily in the championship. He goes to a character arc, and when you next see him, he doesn't have the entourage. He doesn't have anything. He just has an Eevee. But he's the Eevee is unbeatable, which eventually becomes an Umbreon. So he has a character arc where he learns his lesson.
Kind of like Silver from Gold and Silver.
Yeah, unlike Ash, who literally has been the same character for 25 years.
Literally, who had a whole emotional arc with his Lapras, sees a Lapras in the Gallagher region and goes, "What's that?" I don't know, Ash. What do you fucking think it is?
It's did he have a?
Yeah, they're just
Did Gary have a Reggie Drago?
Do you mean, does he currently have one?
And the answer is yes. At a certain point in the show, they're just handing out mythical and legendary Pokemon like hotcakes. He has a Scizor.
Okay, he does have.
He had 4 Shieldons. Oh my god, I would never have given those bad boys up. Those things are cute as hell.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know who's in charge of assigning Pokemon to people.
Yeah, that one guy that in in the Sinnoh region, I believe, Ash was really close to winning, and then they suddenly rock up with some dude with a Darkrai and a Latios, and they're like, "This is fine," and then he proceeds to wipe the floor with Ash, and people are all the fans are like, "What just happened?"
I did just recently see someone put on Facebook, you have the images and then people comment on it. So basically, and the screenshot. So basically, it was the clip of Ash brings Pokemon, Pikachu into the Pokemon Center, and Nurse Joy's he's in bad shape. What happened? And Ash is we just fought Ho-Oh, and Nurse Joy's oh, and then someone comments you don't understand. This is basically someone saying my mouse punched a literal god.
Yeah.
But you say in these later seasons, they're just kind of throwing these Pokemon around. These Pokemon are literally supposed to be gods, and they're just throwing them around willy-nilly.
Tossing them out.
Reggie Drago is the embodiment of
dragon
elementalism.
Yeah.
And Gary just has one.
Yeah, Gary just has them. Oh, I think also Go, the other, or not Go, the the side character for this region, caught Moltres.
He caught Moltres?
He caught Moltres.
Yeah, that's a thing. He has not 1 but 2 legendaries on his team.
So okay, having read the Pokemon manga, the early ones, at least they kind of stick to the script a little bit in that they're very powerful Pokemon. People are there's no way with a Pokeball we can catch those.
So one of my favorite arcs was the Black Tyranitar arc.
Yeah,
which was this massive black Tyranitar that destroyed shit.
Definitely not Godzilla.
Not Godzilla, but it was destroying shit. And so they beat it. Lugia had to come out and beat him up with all of the local fighting type Pokemon, hundreds of Pokemon.
Was it a manga?
Yeah, it was the manga.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the manga, and they beat him, and they used the level ball, which is basically the catch rate goes up depending on how many the level of Pokemon around it. So if you have one level 99 Pokemon, it's so much. So you have all these Pokemon around, including the legendary Lugia. And the thing is fainted, right?
Yeah.
And they throw this ball at it, and they're like, "This is gonna get it."
Yeah.
It's guaranteed. Nope, pops out instantaneously. So this thing is powerful, and so the manga knows that you can't just toss a ball at a god and just be like, this will work.
Yeah, I'm not super interested in either playing the games or watching the show anymore.
Yeah.
But apparently the Pokemon manga is like
Gnarly.
yeah.
Like my favorite. Oh, so there's like this whole arc with Ash, obviously with the Charizard, right?
Yeah, obviously.
So he evolves his Charizard too quickly, and he loses. He kind of doesn't lose the ability to train it, but it's obviously the Charizard doesn't do what he says.
Yeah, so basically, like, one of the things in Pokemon that they sometimes ignore is when a Pokemon evolves, its personality kind of resets, or like changes, and like Charizards are like notoriously like moody and hard to train.
Yeah, so he goes up. So Ash kind of pushes this Pokemon too far, and it evolves too soon, and he fights another trainer that he knows on a personal level who has a Charizard, and they fight, and Ash's Charizard beats up this guy's Charizard really badly. Like, he's bleeding in midair. People in the crowd are like, this is way too far. Yeah. And it's like a big growing moment for Ash because he can't just go in like this.
Yeah. And like he has to have a moment afterward where he's like super ashamed that he let that happen. He's like I'm not ready.
But then after like he returns his Charizard to his Pokeball, the other guy's Charizard lands on the ground and is writhing there bloody. Yeah. Like, it's a big moment. And like I don't like and then like the show kind of just launches over.
And this isn't even so there's like a couple of mangas. Like this, like the manga you were just talking about is literally like almost kind of a, I don't know which one came first, but it's almost kind of a 1-for-1 with the show. But it is a lot better art-wise and thematic-wise. It's a lot more mature. But then there's also like the actual the story of Red.
Yes, right.
Like there's a manga that follows the story of Red, and it is like, it's Pokemon for adults, basically. Yeah. Not to say it's like
in a good way.
Yeah, it's not to say it's like Game of Thrones, but like it is much more mature in its tones. Yeah.
But the last Pokemon that I want to talk about that's coming out in the new region is
definitely not Godzilla.
You mean Tyranitar? No.
Definitely not. Definitely not Godzilla.
Excalibur. I do not like this design, but I like it enough.
It's Godzilla.
It's Godzilla. It has an attack that it flips on its side and launches, like Godzilla does in that one scene where he like jumps up in the air and fires his breath out and he like launches out backwards. That's exactly what happens.
Oh,
so it's just Godzilla.
And like it's not so Tyranitar is definitely like
Godzilla-esque,
Godzilla inspired. So they just decided to completely rip it off with this one.
Yeah, I would like to see a fight between these two. That would be kind of cool.
Like, my personal, like, I have a bunch of personal headcanon that goes on up here, and one of the things because like Tyranitar is like one of my favorites, and Tyrantrum is one of your favorites. So in my mind, I've been constructing a CGI scene between two hyper-realistic Tyranitar and Tyrantrum, and it's awesome. It's awesome. So, if I ever get the budget, I'll make it. But
yeah. So like I would imagine that like the Tyranitar is like eating something and it like looks up because it hears the thudding, and then around the tree corners is like the hyper realistic Tyrantrum coming around like the T-Rex is from Jurassic Park.
I was thinking like, okay, we're in the Pokemon Stadium, right? Yeah. Your Tyrantrum just defeated my Gengar, right?
Because it's a fucking glass cannon. You don't go into that shit with a Gengar.
Exactly. And Tyrantrum is a dinosaur, so it's massive. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I'm like, what's Jimmy gonna send out now? He doesn't have anything big enough. But literally, that my Tyranitar is level, like in Pokemon Go, I've got a 4-star, so it's level 100. So not only is it a powerful Tyranitar, but it's bigger than a normal one, so it's able to actually go toe to toe with a Tyrantrum.
I'll only agree to that if after I defeat your Gengar, my Tyrantrum does a victory roar like the Tyrannosaurus.
Of course, because like if the only reason that the Jurassic Park franchise exists is to create shots where the Tyrannosaurus is roaring and they get to be like wallpaper.
Because it's their Pikachu.
Yeah.
But speaking of, talking a lot about Pokemon, Jimmy, if you were a gym leader, what typing would you do?
Dragon, obviously. Even though they get like a fairy type shows up and they are dead.
Gone.
Still, they're my babies.
Like you're a gym leader, you're explaining to them the rules and stuff, and you send out your first Pokemon, you're like, all right, good luck. You're gonna need it. They send out a Curly, and you're like, all right, you have your badge. There you go.
So I'd definitely be a dragon type. I'd still have a Gengar, but he wouldn't be for battling. He's just my bud.
Well, I like gym lead. I like the concept of gym leaders that have different Pokemon, but like if you had a Gengar, but he knew like a lot of setup moves and Dragon Rage.
Yeah.
Like that. Like I like that. That would be cool. Like one of my friends, he was talking about like his gym leader. He would have a fighting type gym, but I have the pseudo wudo. I was like pseudo wudo, yeah, but all fighting moves.
Ah.
So like I think that's kind of cool because Pokemon is really complicated. There are type matchups, and that's it.
It's basically rock paper scissors for So one thing I kind of always wanted to do as an adult is like because I see these on TikTok once in a while. People will be like, if I was a ex Pokemon gym leader, this is what my drip would be like, and they show like this,
drip.
They show off their style. So like if I was a dragon type dragon type gym leader, something like this, got the coat and the cape, just something
like Lance.
Yeah, like Lance, just something super cool and dragon like. Yeah.
What would be your team? You have to pick. I would say, let's make it interesting. Middle of the road gym, okay? You're not the last gym or elite four. You get 4 Pokemon.
I just get 4.
You just get 4.
All right, Solomon's obvious.
Okay.
Dragonite, obvious.
Sweet.
Get yourself a fucking Dragonite.
Whoa, take it easy there, buddy. Yeah, you're in the middle of the road gym. You can't have a Dragonite. And that's something
Jared, dragon types are like all pseudo legendaries. I can't have okay.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Never mind. Go ahead. No, you're just like I changed that. You're the end of the road gym. You can have whatever dragon type you want. 5 of them. I don't give a fuck.
I choose Giratina, the god of chaos.
God of chaos. I have a Weedle. I guess I could fight you. Good luck.
Okay, so 4 you said?
Yeah, 4. Just do 4.
Okay, yeah. So let's see here. I would have a Solomon's, a what did I say? Fuck, a Dragonite, a Drudigan. I actually really like Drudigan as
people hate it, but I like it. I think it's a cool. I like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's just like it's more straight up dragon than I think a lot of the other dragon types.
Yeah.
I would say Rayquaza, but that's just straight up a legendary.
Yeah, it's God. You can't show up with a God.
I'm trying to see if there's any other new ones. Cyclizar.
That's another cycle.
I mean, I do ride a motorcycle, so like maybe, but no, definitely not.
Gross.
Yeah, ew, gross.
Ew, gross.
Latios is a dragon type. No.
I like Altaria as a dragon type Pokemon too. I think it's underrated.
Yeah.
Like I don't like Megas. It's not my thing. But I like it as a concept. It's kind of like it's an unsuspecting dragon.
I would definitely. All right. Well, I'm still going with Garchomp.
Garchomp's solid.
Okay. Yeah.
Freaking solid ass Pokemon.
All right. So what's okay? First of all, what type of gym leader would you be?
You gotta ask.
Yeah. Yes.
Steel.
Yeah. Not everyone knows you, Jarrett. So
fair enough.
Would this be kind of where your drip is at?
I think so. I think it would be a little bit more simplistic. I think like the point of Steel type is that it's pretty straightforward. It's a high defense, high attack kind of Pokemon.
For Comic-Con, let's get together with all our friends and just dress up as the gym leader type we would be.
I see you rocked up to my flying gym. Let's see if you can get to the heights. Oh, you have a badge. Well, let's rock and roll. Are you the rock gym leader? No. What type are you?
Well,
I don't know.
My line would be like, I'm the gym leader. Let's fight.
I'm the boy version of Whitney. You're about to get fucked. Oh no. But yeah, I think it would be pretty simplistic. Maybe like kind of like this, almost like business oriented, like straightforward.
Yeah.
I also have my gym like very like not like industrial like pipes and stuff, but like
brutalistic.
Yeah, like brutalism. Yeah. So first one I would do would be what's the dark steel type Pokemon? Oh my god.
Is it the sword one?
Yeah. Look up the steel. We should probably have these memorized by now.
Sure. Like we do the research, like especially with names. We do the research. We do the research, and then as soon as we're called upon, it completely leaves our brains.
Scroll the down. Down more.
Oh, I just caught a shiny Skarmory on Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I just found a shiny Drifloon. My baller. Scroll around. Hang on.
Did the secondary
Bisharp.
Do the secondary ones count? Whatever. Yeah, fine. Whatever.
I would have a Bisharp. I genuinely like the design of that Pokemon. It's really cool.
Me too.
And then I would have Berserker. I love I love me Berserker. Oh, I think for just an all around something that I like a lot, and something I could throw it at somebody is a Skarmory.
Skarmory.
Skarmory's a good one.
Skarmory's hard to beat.
Skarmory's hard to beat. That's a good Pokemon. And then for my last one to really just absolutely fuck with people is a Napoleon.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't just rock up to my gym with a fire type and be like, I'm gonna blast through this like Team Rocket. Nah, son.
So
that ain't me.
Okay, so we're over time, but we're gonna speed round this. So it is yes. Cyber Monday's coming up.
Obviously,
we're looking forward to the games we're gonna buy when they're on sale. What are you looking for?
So first and foremost, I did already buy it. It was free on Steam, so I decided to get it, and it was Vermintide Warhammer. We haven't played it yet, so what we're going to be doing is Jimmy and I both have it, and we are going to be trying it out and letting you know how it is. I think I like the Warhammer fantasy.
Me too.
It's really cool. I like the concept.
Dense.
It is very dense. I think I like it better than Tolkien's universe, just simply because I think it's a little bit more well written.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a concept, it's very dense. Yes.
Yeah.
But we're fighting fucking skating. I gotta get it. But of course, Cyber Monday, the two games that I'm going to be looking for sales is Warhammer 3 and Jurassic Park Builder 2. Jurassic World Evolution 2.
I didn't get pictures for those, but
it's okay. Those are just one-offs.
Yeah. Okay. So
yep, that's it.
That's it. Okay. So I don't know if this is going to be available at this point, but Skull and Bones is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. If it ever comes out, and if it's actually a functioning game by the time it does come out.
Don't put your money on it.
No, I'm going to wait. Like, obviously, I'm going to wait until it's on sale if it ever comes out. I've never spent more than $30 for a game in my life, and I'm never going to. And that $30 game was like, it wasn't going down any further, and I really wanted it. Yeah. So
I spent $60 or $40 on Fallout 4 when it like kind of first came out on Steam, and that's when I had a computer that couldn't run it. So for 6 years I couldn't play it until I got a gaming laptop. I started playing it, and I said, I hate this. This sucks.
This is literally the worst. Okay, so what I'm looking forward to going on sale is actually this game. No, not Vermintide. I already got Vermintide. Vampire. So after watching all these Dracula movies, I got on a vampire kick, and this is one where you actually are a vampire, and it's a little bit, I don't know how to say it's like Red Dead Redemption, but you can basically choose to either like, you become a vampire and you're like fighting against vampires, and you can either choose to like go against your thirst and be a good guy, or like indulge your thirst and like gain more powers, but you become more of a bad guy. So it's one of those things. I think it looks cool. Reviews are mostly positive, so I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to probably get Sifu if it goes on sale, because those punch sounds are ASMR to me.
Cyber Monday is dangerous, man. I guarantee you.
I still have games that I bought from the past two Cyber Mondays that I still haven't gotten to.
I have EVE Online too. It was free. I decided to get it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. But it's hard. It's a lot.
I should have played Bendy and the Ink Machine when it was Halloween.
The thing I absolutely hate about video games is I never have enough time. Yeah. It takes a lot. Like video games, the thing is, the good and bad thing about video games these days is a lot of them are very dense and you need a lot of time to do them.
Yeah,
and that's awesome. Playability, awesome. Replayability, awesome. I don't have time for that.
No,
I don't have time for that, which is tough.
Yeah.
But I did get my girlfriend. She likes to play Sims 4 on my laptop. It's interesting.
She basically just plays God.
She plays God. She was like, I came home one day and I asked her, how was it going? And she says, I don't really like this character. So I took away all the doors and windows from the house so I can't wait until he starved to death. I was like, what?
Oh, God. It's just like, imagine, like, I don't like you. Doors away.
Could you imagine that's how life works? You're just going through your life and then suddenly all your doors are gone and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's a horror movie. Yeah. That's a horror movie right there.
I just thought I'm gonna wait till after the show to tell you this horrible evil idea I've got.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, but anyway.
Right. Yeah, but anyway, so this Gamevember, obviously people are going to be up late, get it in up early to get in some gaming. So obviously, thank you to Big Nerd Coffee Company for sponsoring us. One of their flavors that I'm going to be trying out is Set to Stun, which is a tasting note of milk chocolate and red apple, which is going to be perfect, perfect for this November.
That's right.
It's going to be cold. It's already snowing buckets over here in Nevada, where we are in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Air bunker.
It freezes over in the desert.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
kind of.
every year I've searched for, in both beer and coffee, I'm trying to search for the perfect holiday blend of, because it's always too much nutmeg for me, but I'm still searching for it. I can't wait to see what Big Nerd Coffee Company has in store.
Yes, and of course they do have some specials going on for Thanksgiving, so get on that before they are gone. And of course, everybody, please stay safe. Where we actually are, we're getting about 5 feet of snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So be careful out there.
Yes. Drive safe for the rest of the winter. We will be streaming as much as we possibly can. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
All right. Well, until next time, have a safe Gamevember. This is Jimmy.
And this is Jarrett.
I can delete all this, right?
We spent so much time on Ash